Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to TSK Tutorials, and this is RZtuts2, 5 of 5. This is the 5th video of 5 videos that goes over how to teach you guys how to create the most badass bullets inside of Unity3D. So, this particular video, we're going to be going over how to create a bullet array system. Basically, we're going to never destroy a bullet. So that means that when a bullet hits a wall or hits an enemy, and in a situation where you think, okay, now you use destroy game object and get rid of that bullet, we're not going to do that. We're going to modify the script so that the bullet goes into more of an idle mode, and then it goes way far off to the other side of the map, somewhere so far away that the player will never see it, so that the bullet is idle and won't get in the way of the player, and then we will just respawn that bullet when we need to, so we already have that bullet right on hand, so that once you're in the middle of your game and once you build up this bullet array and you start shooting new bullets, you're not going to have any sort of frame rate drop or any sort of lag when you shoot a new bullet. So this is really good, especially for guns like shotguns. Like, say you had a fully automatic shotgun and you just want to spray so many bullets, this would be a perfect system for you, because that way you don't have the system doesn't have to create new bullets and start building up the memory. It's already going to have that bullet or have those bullets inside of its memory, so that it can just pull those bullets out and start shooting them, and there's going to be no latency whatsoever when you take those bullets and shoot new ones, because the game engine doesn't have to create those new bullets. So basically we're going to be modifying the bullet script, and we're just going to get rid of that destroy function, and we're going to change it so that it basically sets it into idle. And then we're also going to add, I believe it's inside of an if statement, where it's going to take those bullets and basically reset them and get them ready to be shot again. So in the very beginning, we're not going to have any bullets in the scene, so the first few bullets that you shoot are going to use the instantiate function. And basically we're going to create a function inside of a new script called the bullet manager script, and we're going to have a game object for every bullet type that we have inside of our scene. So let's say we could have one for shotgun bullets, one for sniper bullets, and so on and so forth. Let's see, basically we're going to, I lost my train of thought, redo this whole thing. Redo. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to TSK Tutorials, and this is RZtuts2, 5 of 5. This is the 5th video, the last video of 5 videos that are going to be going over how to create the most badass bullets inside of Unity3D. So this particular episode is going to be going over how to create a bullet array system. Basically, this is going to be a function that is, or more of a system, that's really for performance optimization, so that there's no latency and there's no frame rate drops when you shoot a new bullet. So the first few bullets that you shoot, you are going to instantiate those bullets or create those bullets or create new bullets into the scene. And then once you build up a list, like let's say of like 20-30 bullets, basically those bullets are going to, once they hit a wall or an object or an enemy and those bullets are done and we don't need them anymore, we're going to send them into more of like an idle mode, and then they're going to go way across the map in so far away that the player will never see them or be affected by them. And then we are going to take those bullets and respawn them when we need more bullets. So that way, once you really start getting into the game and once you have instantiated your first, say, 20-30 bullets, or however many the system needs or how often you shoot bullets, then you will create a bullet, and you're not really creating it. You're just moving it from one side of the map to the other and shooting it, and it's always going to be there and ready to go. So that way there will be no latency. So let's say you have a fully automatic shotgun and you just need to spray those bullets out there, just one after another, like just tons and tons of bullets. There's going to be no latency, and Unity doesn't have to pause to create more bullets and create more game objects and fill up the memory, it's already going to have those bullets on its memory so that it can just move them and shoot them. If you have a high-end computer, this probably won't be too much of an issue, but it will be if you're going on a mobile device or trying to target older computers or say an Xbox 360 or just something that just doesn't have quite as much power as a brand new gaming computer. Basically, instead of using the instantiate function, we're going to create our own function inside of a new script that we're going to be calling the bullet manager script. And we're going to have multiple game objects with this script attached to them, and each of these bullet manager scripts are going to be in charge of their own type of bullet. So we're going to have a function inside of the bullet manager script that is basically, we're going to, instead of using instantiate prefab in this direction or this position and this rotation, we are basically going to send the exact same information to this function, and then this function will decide whether or not we need to create a new bullet or whether or not we have enough bullets on hand to just take a bullet that we already have and just send it off again and shoot this bullet. And then that is going to dramatically decrease the latency and really increase the performance of our game and just make things run a whole lot smoother, especially during hardcore thousands of bullets firefights. I think that is everything that we're going to be going over inside of this episode. So why don't I cut the camera and go into screen recording and show you guys how to do this inside of Unity. Alright, here we are inside of Unity, and we actually don't really need to do anything inside of Unity quite yet. We'll come back to it. First, we're going to go into MonoDevelop and actually take a look at what we need to change in the code. So first of all, let's take a look at the variables that we're going to need to add. We are going to do an @hide in inspector, and we're going to create a variable called alive. And basically alive is going to be a variable, a Boolean true or false variable that just signifies whether or not whether or not the bullet is actually supposed to do stuff, or if it's supposed to just sit there on the other side of the map and do nothing and wait to be shot again. And then the next variable we need is the bullet manager script. So I believe we can also hide this in the inspector. And var bullet manager script, and this is going to be of type bullet manager script. And here is the bullet manager script. We're also going to be going over this, but just so that you know, there is a script called bullet manager script, and we need to save that particular bullet manager script because every type of bullet is going to have its own unique bullet manager. Alright, now we're going to create another @hide in inspector variable. Why did I say video? Var need to reset and boolean equal false. Alright, so need to reset is going to be a variable that basically when alive is false, we're going to set need to reset to false, and then when it comes time around to reset the bullet and kind of fake instantiate it again, we are going to, after we do all that, we're going to set need to reset to back to false, so that we know that we reset those variables, because we don't need to keep on resetting everything over and over again. Okay, and then we need one more variable, and also we're going to hide it in the inspector, and this is orig lifetime, and so that stands for original lifetime, and this is going to be a float, and inside of function awake we're going to do orig lifetime equal lifetime. That way, when we reset the variable lifetime, we know what to reset it to because we saved the original lifetime so that we know how to set it back to where it was in the beginning. Okay, let's see. What do we need to do next? Let's go ahead And, well, I guess first we want to replace, I believe there's only one point in the whole script where we use destroy game object. Okay, no, there's 2 points. Right here and right here. So we are going to change destroy game object to alive equal false. And let me do that down here too. Alive equal false. So when it's not alive, it's going to snap to its bullet manager script, and it's just going to sit there and not actually do anything. Oh, and there's actually another oh, it's bullet manager transform, not bullet manager script. Whoops. Okay, whoops, totally messed up. Let's go backtrack. Okay, so not bullet manager script. This needs to be bullet manager transform. And let's change this to type transform. Okay. So we actually want to save the transform of it because we want to snap to its position. So let's add right after these alive equal falses lines. We want to add transform dot position equal bullet manager transform dot position. Whoops, semicolon. And let's go ahead and copy and paste that down here and put it inside of this if statement. Now, so alive will be false, so the bullet won't be doing anything. And let's see, do I have an if statement for, yeah, we got to put everything inside of a big if statement. So it looks like, let me just double check what we put all inside of the if statement. Everything. Okay. So I'm going to highlight everything we have here, and we are going to press Control Alt End, and that tabs everything over a little bit. I can't remember what the shortcut is on Mac, but I believe it's up here if you go to, is it Edit, Format, Unindent Selection, or Indent Selection. So that's where you can find out what the shortcut keys is for that. So if live bracket and closing bracket. Okay, so now we have everything inside of a if alive if statement. And then let me double check my notes over here. And then we can write after that big if statement else need to reset equal true. And then we're going to go up here. I don't really know if it matters if you put this before or after, but in my original code I had it before. I don't think it actually matters. We are going to do, let me scroll up on my notes over here. Okay, we are going to do if need to reset and, where's my and symbol? And alive. Then we are going to do a couple of lines of code. So basically, if need to reset is true and alive is true, we know that we need to reset the bullet and get that bullet going and actually set all of the variables like we did up here inside of function awake, except inside of function update, because the bullet is technically still in the scene and hasn't been awoken again or anything like that. So we are going to do transform dot, oh wait, we're just copying and pasting this line of code right here. Okay. Control V. And let's see. Actually, we want to copy and paste all three of these too. So let's just clean that up a bit. So the first line of code in here, actually, wait, no, let's also set, let's see, not lifetime, lifetime equal orig lifetime, and need to reset equal false. Okay, so the first line, what we're doing is we're adding some random rotation to our bullet, just like we did inside a function awake, and then we are also setting move direction to the move direction, just like we did up here, so that we can modify and add gravity to our bullet. Shortest distance so far, that is so that our bullet doesn't go through walls, just like we did up here. Found hit equals false, because we don't want our bullet to think that it's already found a raycast hit yet. And then we're setting lifetime back to orig lifetime, because lifetime is constantly counting down until it gets to 0, and then it kills the bullet, or in this case now, it deactivates the bullet, and then so when the bullet isn't alive, the bullet's just going to sit there and wait to become alive again. And then need to reset, we set to false, so that all of this stuff only happens once as we are fake instantiating the bullet. Okay, let's see if, I think that's everything that we need to add to this script. Let's see, I'm just double checking. Yeah, I think that's everything that we need to add to this script. So let's go ahead and go to the bullet manager script. Oops. Pressed the wrong thing there. Okay. Let's go to the bullet manager script and explain how this works. So the bullet manager script we're going to throw in our scene like a million miles away from what's actually going on in our scene, just so that it doesn't ever get in the way of anything that's going on. And the first variable we have is bullet prefab, and this is of type game object. So this is going to be the prefab of the bullet that we actually want to instantiate, because in the very beginning there are going to be no bullets. We need to instantiate those, and then only instantiate bullets as needed. And then we have the bullet script. So every time we instantiate a new bullet, we're going to save the bullet script, which actually we need to change to type. Let's see. Well, I guess it's new array, so I guess we don't actually need to specify the type, do we? No, we don't. But we need to change this down here to new bullet script, because that's what we called it in these tutorials. And then, yes, I think everything else looks right. So that is just an array. It is, I can't remember the type of array it is, but it's the type of array that is flexible. You can add and subtract things to it on the fly and keep on modifying it, and that is very essential for this bullet manager script. So we need to keep it as that type of array, even though it's a little bit slower, but we need that flexibility. And then bullet ID, we're just going to add a unique integer to every type of bullet so that we know what type of bullet all of the bullets are. Actually, do we use the bullet ID? Looking through the code now, I don't think we ever actually do use the bullet ID. Let me comment out this line of code and save it and go back into Unity and see if I get an error. No, I don't. Oh, okay. I guess I just stuck that in there thinking that I was going to use it, but I didn't actually. Okay, so we don't need that variable. And so inside of the bullet manager script, we have a new function that we are creating. So this is a custom function that we can call from other scripts. So the function is going to be called spawn bullet. And then the variables that we are going to use inside of this function that we're going to take from other scripts, or we're going to have other scripts give this function, is position Q and rotation Q. And I don't think I actually need to add the word or the letter Q afterwards. I think I just flopped on a random letter because I wanted to make sure that it wouldn't mess up with transform.position and rotation. I mean transform.rotation. But if I'm not writing transform beforehand, I don't think it matters at all. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it as position Q and rotation Q just for the heck of it. So those are going to be basically this spot that we instantiate the bullet and the rotation that we instantiate the bullet. So we are creating a new variable in every time that we call this function, which we are actually going to be calling from the gun script. So let me pull up the gun script real quick. And here we are in the gun script, and let's find the spot. Here we go. Wherever in your gun script you instantiate bullets, we are going to replace with a line of code. And let me find the line of code. This line of code right here. And I'm going to go back over here, and I'm just going to copy and paste it. So instead of instantiating a bullet, we are going to do bullet manager script dot spawn bullet, bullet spawn dot transform dot position, and bullet spawn dot transform dot rotation. So oh wait, that is the line of code that I already had right here, isn't it? Okay, well, whatever, either way. So let's see, I think we actually need to add a variable inside of the bullets or the gun script called bullet manager script, which we already have up here, which is bullet manager script of type bullet manager script. So we're just remembering which bullet manager script actually controls. Oh wait, we do need bullet ID, don't we? Because we have, let's see, okay, for bullet manager script. Wait, give me just a second, guys. Okay, I just got a little bit lost there, and I had to re-look over everything. But I'm going to go back to the bullet manager script. We actually do need this bullet ID variable. I messed up. That was my fault. We need the bullet ID variable for other scripts to access, more specifically the gun script, because in the very beginning, this is what you're going to need to add to your gun script inside of function awake. So what we're doing is we are creating a variable called bullet managers, and it is an array of game object variables. And we are going to set that array to be game object dot find game objects with tag bullet manager. So we're going to add the tag bullet manager to all of the bullet manager script game objects. And then we are going to do a for loop, and for var bullet manager game object in bullet managers. So basically we're just creating a variable that we can switch out inside of this for loop, and it is of type game object, and we're just going to have it every time we go through this for loop. It's going to swap out and go through the list of all of the bullet managers in our scene because of this line of code right here. And then every time we go through those and look at each individual bullet manager, we're going to do if bullet manager dot get component bullet manager script dot bullet ID equals bullet manager ID, bullet manager script equal bullet manager dot get component bullet manager script. Okay, so what that means is we're going to do if bullet manager, so this is the particular bullet manager that we're looking at right now as we're cycling through all of the bullet managers in our scene. And then we are going to access the script bullet manager script out of that, and then we're going to check its variable bullet ID. And then if that is equal to the bullet manager ID, which is a variable that we are going to set right here. So these are the variables that you're going to need to add to your gun script. Bullet manager script of type bullet manager script, and bullet manager ID, and this is an integer. And mainly this whole thing is just in place just so that when you randomly spawn guns, the gun will be able to find its bullet manager script still. And then let's see, so where was I? So we found out that the bullet ID from the bullet manager script has the same bullet manager ID from our gun script, and if that is the case, then we're going to do bullet manager script equal bullet manager dot get component bullet manager script, so that we are remembering the script of the particular bullet manager that this gun script needs to keep track of, so that when we call this function right here, bullet manager script dot spawn bullets, we know which bullet manager script to call that function from, because it's going to make a difference, because each of those scripts are going to save an array of all of the bullets. So we give the bullet manager scripts function spawn bullet. The variables are we give it a position and we give it a rotation of where we want to spawn the bullets, and that is just bullet spawn dot transform dot position and bullet spawn dot transform dot rotation. And bullet spawn is just a empty child object that's just put in place to represent where we want the bullet to spawn, in where and what rotation. So let's go back to the bullet manager script and continue talking about how this works. So we know that the gun script has given us a position and rotation, and that is what these are. So every time inside of this function we say position Q or rotation Q, we know that that is the position and rotation that the gun script has given us. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to create a variable, and we're going to call it spawned bullet, and it is a boolean and it is false. And let's see, why are we doing that? Oh, we're doing that just to make sure that we don't accidentally spawn 2 bullets. So what the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a for loop, and we're going to go for bullet script in bullet scripts. So we are, let's see, did we create the variable bullet script in another place somewhere? I don't know, but I guess we would be getting an error if we didn't. Wait, give me just another second, guys. I'm confused. Okay, I guess it really should be written more like this, because before I just said bullet script in bullet scripts, which I could have sworn you had to write var beforehand, but I guess apparently that is an option in JavaScript. But because we typed it to new bullet script, that way the code should run just a tad bit faster, I think. But I guess you could write it either way, apparently. So we have a variable that is of type new bullet script, and we're going to have this swap out through all of the bullet scripts that we save inside of the array bullet scripts. And every time we go through it, we're looking at a different bullet script. But of course, in the beginning of our game, bullet scripts is going to have no bullet scripts in it, so it's just going to be an empty array. So it will basically just skip over all of this and then get to this point here. So every time that we go through this, we are going to do if bullet script.alive equals false and spawned bullet equals false. So I guess we're also checking using the variable spawn bullet to make sure that we don't spawn more than one bullet just with inside of this for loop. So if alive is false, that means this bullet is ready to go. We can use this to make it go again. So simply the only thing that we're going to do is bullet script.transform.position equal position Q, and then bullet script.transform.rotation equal rotation Q. So remember, position Q and rotation Q are the position and rotation that was given to us by the gun script, and we are accessing the transform from the bullet script, and then we are accessing the position from the transform, and then we are setting it to position Q, and then we're doing the same thing with the rotation. So now our bullet is in the position and rotation that we need it to be, as if we were instantiating it. Then we're going to set bullet script to alive, and then that is going to automatically make the bullet script go through the whole need to reset if statement that we have right here. And then we are going to set spawned bullet to true, so that as we continue to go through this for loop, we don't spawn more bullets than we actually need. And then also we don't actually instantiate a bullet inside of this if statement right here. So remember, if we go through this and the either the bullet scripts is empty and we haven't created any bullets yet, or if all of the bullets are currently being used, then spawned bullet is going to stay as false, and then we are going to get to this if statement, and then we are going to do all of this down here. And what we are going to do is var bullet object of type object equals instantiate bullet prefab position queue rotation queue. So basically we are creating a variable so that we can modify it down here, and it is of type game object because instantiate returns you the game object that it just instantiated. So when we write it like this, not only are we creating a new bullet, but we are saving it inside of this variable. And then down here we are doing bullet object, so the bullet that we just instantiated dot get component. Wow. And I need to change that to new bullet script. Get component new bullet script dot bullet manager transform equals transform. So that way our bullet knows where to go when it is dead or when alive equals false. So that would be this line of code here and this line of code here. And let me go ahead and give that a save. And then the last line of code inside of the bullet manager script is bullet scripts dot add bullet object dot get component new bullet script. So that way we are saving the scripts inside of the bullet scripts, which is this array that just saves all of the bullets, and then we can loop through them and find out which ones are alive and which ones are dead, and all of that good stuff. So basically this is just adding to the list of bullets, and then this we go through all of the bullets and see which ones we can use and all of that. And I believe that is everything that we need to do. So let's go ahead and go into Unity and set up a bullet manager script. So let's create a empty game object. So we need to go to game object, create empty, and let's call this new bullet manager. And excuse me. And we are going to find it somewhere in the hierarchy. Well, I guess I don't know. Actually, here, I can just do this. New bullet manager. And then I can press X, and I still don't see it. So let's just scroll down. There it is. Okay, I have way too many game objects in my scene. All right, and then we are going to add the bullet manager script, which is right here. And let's go ahead and create an ID. It can be any integer. Let's go ahead and do 10. And on our bullet, on our gun, so I guess that is the shotgun, so we got to find the shotgun prefab in my project window. And let's see where the guns are. Should be somewhere around here. Or I can find them in the hierarchy and press select, and there it is. And then we want to do bullet manager ID to be the same thing, so 10. Just give that a save. And so all the shotguns, yep, the bullet ID is 10. All right, so let's go back to our new bullet manager, and let's set the bullet prefab to be our new bullet, which I can't remember where we saved it. So let's go back to the shotgun. Actually, I can click on shotgun. And let's see, I guess, what is the bullet that we were using before? I guess, was it down here? Yep, bullet. Here's the prefab. Okay, so this is the prefab that we want the new bullet manager to use. So we're going to drag and drop that right there. Oh, and we need to tag this as bullet manager so that our script can find it. And I'm trying to find the tag. I know. Let's see where. Oh, bullet manager. There it is. Okay. Whoops. Bumped the microphone. Okay. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we need to set up. I don't actually think there is. Let me take a look at my other pre-existing bullet managers. Let's see, all of those have the same. Oh wait, how come these all don't have bullet IDs? I don't know. I don't know why that is. Oh, it's because I turned the variable on and off. That's why. So it reset them all because I commented out. Remember earlier I commented out this line of code. So I guess when I did that, I reset all of those bullets. So all of the bullets that I had before these tutorials in Robot Zombies were, you know, all set up before, but I kind of ruined them. But that's okay because this is a copy and pasted version of the project. So I'm going to go ahead and give the game a run, and we'll just see if it works, I guess. I'm going to cut the video while the game is loading. Alright, so the game has loaded, so let's go and grab the shotgun and just see if we are firing bullets. And what? Oh, I clicked pause. Okay. It looks like we're firing bullets. I'm getting a error, and I'm not sure why. So let's shoot a few more bullets, and that should be good. Actually, let's shoot them into this crack up here so that we can try to get some multiple bullets actually flying all at the same time. Now let's pause the game and look at all of our bullet clones. So we have a bunch of bullet clones, and it looks like they are all sticking to our, let's find it, new bullet manager. And that's where our new bullet manager is, so it makes sense that our bullets are jumping to that position. So it looks like that is all working all right. And let's, oh, I'm pretty sure that error is because of all of my other bullet manager scripts that were screwed up. So that is why I'm getting that error. I'm pretty sure, yeah, because it said new bullet script has not been assigned. So yeah, that should be okay. So the gun that we were making is the one that's working, but the other ones aren't working because, you know, I screwed them up earlier, like I said. So yeah, that is pretty much how to create an array of bullets so that you never actually need to destroy any bullets, and you only instantiate them, and the computer potentially runs faster. So this technique would be really useful on like mobile devices and stuff like that. And yeah, just gets rid of a little bit of latency when you are spawning new bullets. And yeah, I guess this concludes how to create the most badass bullets inside of Unity 3D. So I guess until my next episode, I'll see you guys later, and keep making games.